Well, this is where I slept last night. I didn't get into camp till about almost midnight. I didn't hardly video anything. Okay, so this is my rig. A poncho. I'm 5'10". This is a PSS LE poncho. Set up in the hammock mode. It's got the quick connect cords in it for almost instantly turning this into a hammock. I'm using the Dyneema woven daisy chain webbing for my tree straps. I usually put a ridge line up here. You can throw my headlamp or whatever. I've got a little micro lantern that I use sometimes. I just put that on there. And I slept like a stinking dream. So for my cover over top of me, I used the Osni top quilt, and it has snaps down one side of it. So I snap it in opposite the side I'm getting in and out of. And to get in and out, I just throw it over the edge, get inside. Once I'm laid in there how I want to be, and I just pull it over the top of me. The snaps keep it positioned like this so my feet stay covered, my head stays covered, and when I throw it out I can just grab it and get it back in again. Taking the hammock down is just so simple. I just pull the toggle out. You can use a stick or whatever, that's aluminum toggle. I mean, I'm done right there. Every 3 inches you got another position. So with that you can really fine tune how your lay is in your hammock to make it the most comfortable for you. And when you're getting ready to store your quick connect cords back in there, you just put a loop. What I like to do, right, even first of all, is just put a loop in there. I like to get, I don't always do it this way, but it's really best. Get both loops in there, snap down. Now you won't ever pull them inside of there. I mean, you won't pull the end in. And then you just go like that. It's stowed and ready to use as a poncho. This is a little too narrow for the Tahoe. I got a mud hole to go through here. Now there's the old Ranger's cabin. I saw it on the map. Looks like they put a new roof on it. Maybe they're fixing the old thing up there. I don't know. Let's go take a look. Well, maybe they're going to start stationing a ranger up here or something. Might be. There's a lot of roads and everything up here. A lot of, you know, ATV roads that I've just been driving on in my Tahoe. Little big. But maybe, they must be fixing up for some reason. But we'll have to keep an eye on it. I'm looking for me a new campsite. That's what I'm looking for. Well, let's go up here and take a look at this old place. That's obviously an old cabin. You can see from the wood and everything, the steps, the foundation. But it looks like they've been working on redoing the foundation. And it looks like they've dug out around behind it and everything. You see the old shutters, the old hinges. Yeah, this thing's old school. See what she looks like inside. Got a new door and new door frame. Oh, there we are inside. Hey, we've even got a mirror. There we are. So this is the place. There's the view out the door. That's nice, man. Well, it's a beautiful spot. No wonder the ranger station's right there. Nice meadow, sitting in all these quaking aspens, quakies as we call them. About 8,600 feet elevation. And right over here I saw a little carving. Looks like somebody's been up here elk hunting. Marvin Bills 9/8/2003 elk hunt, it says. Well, hope they did well. Well, something dangerous happened. Something dangerous happened. I had a thought. Hope this is good. Well, I had an apple in the truck. In my food box I had sugar. I got cinnamon. I got a packet of caramel sauce. And I'm thinking about making the ash cake type deal, only with this stuff in it. So I'll make a dessert one. What do you think about that? So what I'm thinking here is slice this apple down kind of thin if I can. Okay. I know you want to see me cutting, so if this turns into a red apple, it's blood. It's not because it's a red apple. That should be sufficient for a couple of them, several of them probably. Alright, I tried to roll down this flour bag a little so you could see what I was doing better, but it doesn't like to roll, it prefers to tear. So what I'm doing is just kind of making a depression in here. Has nothing to do with emotional depression, by the way. Alright, so let me get some sugar and put it, well, I think I want to put a little bit of baking powder in here. Don't ask me for the recipe, because I don't have one. Okay, we need a little salt. I don't like to freehand with the salt, because one little spill and there's way too much and there's no way to get it back out. Alright, that's good. Alright, then I'm going to put some cinnamon in here. I'm going to put some more later, but put a little in there right now. And sugar. You probably want to know, why does he have that much sugar in his camping cook set? Probably good right there. Well, because it's not that time yet, but when it gets to be, I'm going to just kind of stir this around a little. When it gets the time when wild strawberries, raspberries, and other kind of berries start coming on, I like to be ready to make some fresh syrup. Okay, so now we're going to add a little water. How much, I don't know. Something like that. Here's the thing, when you're mixing like this, if you add a little bit of water, then you're making a small amount of roll or biscuit or scone or whatever you want to call it. If you add a lot of water, it just means you're making more. So the liquid doesn't matter that much. Hopefully you can see this mess I'm into here. Okay. I think I'm in pretty good shape to be able to pick that out of there without getting all messed up. Don't worry about it. You're going to drop a few pieces as you do this step right here. There'll be a few little stragglers that aren't stuck good enough. There we go. That actually feels pretty good. Sometimes when I make this, I don't get quite enough. If I stir it past, you know, the trick is you got to stir it till it gets unsticky, but not so much that you gather in too much flour and then it's so stiff it's like a brick. So you have to find kind of a happy medium. Right now, I mean, it's pretty well glommed together, so now it's time to mix in some apple pieces here. Maybe a little more. Now, just doing that has really made it sticky, because even though the apples aren't like pouring liquid into the mix here, there's a lot of moisture in them, so as soon as you add that to the mix, why, funny things start happening. Okay, now I need to fold that over. Get them distributed a little better here. Okay. Once everything's kind of smooth and all that, then you just put it in the palm of your hand and then you use the heel of your thumb and just go around and flatten it some. You want to get it flat enough that when it goes on the coals in the fire, that it can cook all the way through. So usually 3/8 of an inch to 1/2 an inch thick or something is pretty good. Something about like that. All right, let's go check our fire. I had to kind of beef it up a little bit. Let's see how that turns out. All right, I smoothed out this area, pulled some fresh coals over here. I wound up covering the whole thing over with coals. I discovered my spot of coals there was a little thin and it had cooled off too much. So I thought I'd just cover the whole thing with coals, try to finish cooking it really quick. There we go. Now look at that right there. I believe we're good. So you're just dust a little stuff off. All right, let's run a little bit of caramel on top of here. I gotta squeeze a little harder. All right, caramel, apple, something. Oh, guess it was help if the camera was facing what I'm doing. Well, the bread is sweet and cinnamony. The apples are cooked. And the caramel topping is quite delicious. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. I think I need to make one and just bury it. Let it cook a little faster. Because then the outside's a little harder than I would like. But still tastes great. Hey, it's a nice treat. It's kind of like apple fritter, sort of. Kind of. Well, I had a good time cooking that caramel apple cinnamon sugar treat or whatever. I got all this caramel left over. Ooh, that tastes good. I wish this was in a closable container. That does taste pretty. It tastes good. Yeah. Yeah, this is good. I don't think I'd be lying to say I'm living the life here. I'm living the life. I've only saw like 3 people today. That ain't too bad. I'm not much of a people person, I guess. I didn't work too well. It's supposed to pile in there. Gotta spread it out. Somehow I gotta hold it open. Or something. Alright, try it again. Ah, life is good.